Hi, I'm Pastor Chris Titus. Welcome back to our conversation about how to improve our emotional health during this time of self-isolation. And we're all going through it. We feel frustrated and we feel boxed in, having to stay at home. And so it's important to consider what we're thinking about and what we're focusing on. And so I would make the observation that when we allow negative thoughts to come into our mind, we begin to dwell on them and focus on them, and pretty soon our mood is affected. And so whether that is thoughts, words, actions, attitudes that you have that are negative, it is best, as I mentioned in the previous video, to replace those with positive thoughts and positive ways to influence your emotional health. Now, if you're enjoying these videos and would like more encouragement, please feel free to subscribe. But today I really wanted to focus in on this idea of removing things from our lives that cause us difficulty and challenges emotionally. I was on my property recently walking around, and there had been a lot of trees that had fallen and blocked the path that I was on, and I needed to get rid of them. I needed to take the time to remove them from the path so that I could go where I wanted to go forward as I was walking. And the same is true with our emotional issues. We have to realize what they are, identify them, and then remove them. Now, with cutting wood, a chainsaw is always helpful, but whether we have the tools to remove it on our own, we have to focus on this idea of getting rid of things that block us, because we have winds and storms that come into our lives that leave our path blocked. And sometimes it can be a long period of time that we're not able to move forward in a positive way. We might have anger or shame or guilt or regret, and all of this causes us to be able to stay focused on negative things. And so we need to move away from that. And in this time of isolation, take the opportunity to look for ways to remove some of those old roadblocks, those old branches that have fallen on your path, whatever they may be, and replace them with more positive thoughts. In fact, I have suggested that with God's help, we're able to do this more effectively. King David cried out to God in Psalm 139. He said, "Search me, God, and let me know in my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. If there is any offensive way in me, help me and lead me to a way everlasting." And so in this psalm, David is crying out and asking God to help him to identify those things that are blocking his path and preventing him from going forward in a positive way. And I would suggest that we do the same. So whether you're a person who's close to God right now, or you haven't really had that kind of relationship with God, now is the opportunity and the time to explore it and determine what your relationship with God is going to be, and then ask God for help in trying to remove some of these long-term blocks that you have in your life, these long-term branches that have fallen on your path that you have not been able to get rid of, negative things that are preventing you from going where you wanted to go. So I hope this video was encouraging to you, and again, if you're interested in more encouragement, please subscribe to this channel, and I thank you for listening. Be blessed.